Got big game tonight. College college bowl game's gonna kick off tomorrow, which means we're gonna have football probably every day now until January.
My
Uh,
favorite time of year.
yeah, man. So we got episode 40, man.
Hey, man, yeah, okay, we can jump into that, but let's not forget about the bye week too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And, some of us get to enjoy bye week this week, so
That's true. That's
yeah,
true.
excited about that, man. Did you talk to that recruiting staff? Did you get into it with them? Did you
Nah,
get that
man. I
squared away?
mean, they basically just told us, we want to earn our way all the way through. You know what I'm saying? We don't
That
want no
right?
days off. Teams come out
Okay.
rusty when they take a bye. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, but then the wounded animals get a little time to heal up. You know what I mean? You come back refreshed, buddy. Get ready for a big one, ready for the stretch.
That's true. That's true.
So
But
yeah, that's all.
episode 40, man. Who you got?
And you know what? There's some folks out there, but you got Sean Kemp.
Oh, that's what I was going with. That's exactly what I was going with.
You was gonna go with Sean Kemp.
You already know it. You know it.
Yeah, yeah. See that them dunks is as well. Them dunks is everywhere, man. That dude was
What's
a
in
was
that?
a
We had
monster
a number.
athlete.
We had number 40 on the Redskins at one point. I forgot who it was though.
Safety. He played free safety. I think uh, Fulton.
That might be
He
it.
had a
Yeah.
brace. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He had the neck brace. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was back in the day though. It was a while back.
Back in the day. Yeah.
During those Super Bowl years. Yeah, it's back in the Super Bowl years.
Well, before we get into it, man, let's pay our respects to our sponsor, Appliance Medic. For your heating and air cooling needs, be sure to get them on Android and iPhone. Base Consulting Partners for any size company, portfolio management, project management, learning and development, training needs. Be sure to check them out on iPhone and Android as well. So, man, I feel like I need to give you the floor to gloat a little bit, man. You and Jeremiah coming at me about this bye week. I'm gonna let you have it. Go ahead and
Oh
have it,
man, ain't nothing to gloat about, man. I've been here before, so I'm used to it. You know
okay.
what I mean? It's nothing. I'll save some chit chat, some jaw jacking for after the season, man.
Yeah.
When I'm hosting the trophy, then we can talk about it
So I got a text
again.
message. Yeah,
When I'm hosting the trophy again, then
you're right. You're
we
right.
can talk about it.
I got a text message today, man. So as I told you, I'm in 4 leagues, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 3 out of the 4, I made it to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the league that I won last year, I'm dead last out of 12.
Mm.
And I got a random text today. My man, how you doing? I
Mm.
already knew what it was. He ended with a smiley face after the question. Good, man. Hanging in there. He's like, a little bit different being last place. I said, yeah, it is what it is. I said, everybody got to have a moment, man. I'm just letting y'all have y'all's moment this year.
Happen to the best of us.
Yeah, yeah, it's all right. So, Commanders, man, I feel like, right now, if the playoffs started today, we got 4 NFC East teams. Every team in the NFC East is in the playoffs. Now, obviously, we know that has to change. We can't buy again, right? Can't be another buy. Another draw. Can't be another
No,
draw.
no, no. We can't. We got to get this one, man. I feel like we should get it, given the fact that what I'm saying, we done had 2 weeks to prepare for this one. Like this is our Super Bowl,
Yeah.
right? We done had 2 weeks to get ready for this one, so we should be ready to go. And they coming off of L, so they're gonna be hungry, right? So it should be a good one. And I think the NFL they did the right thing by making this the prime time game Sunday night.
Yeah, they flexed it out. That's right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And for all my folks in DC listening right now, if you haven't heard, the Metro has extended their hours of service, so you still catch the Metro down, get to the stadium.
Yep.
Should be a good time, man. I think uh, if there was ever a time to be in the building to support your team, to Sunday night would be the night, right? 'Cause I know our attendance has been lacking. I know we've been trying to get that back on track. But despite everything going on in the building, the team is playing well, man. And so I hope y'all get on out there and in the burgundy and gold and make it a true home field advantage. It's going to be a playoff atmosphere, so let's be out there support.
I agree with that. Agree with that. I mean, the New York Giants is limping into this game, man. You got Saquon got a neck injury. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the wideouts are. I mean, obviously Slayton, I guess, is pretty good, but other than throwing the ball to him and handing the ball off to Broccoli and throwing the ball to Broccoli out of the backfield, I don't know. There's no reason why we shouldn't win this game.
That is correct. That is
Right?
correct. I feel like um, we can't let this get away. We can't let this one get away. We need
Yeah.
this one. Like this is pretty much the ticket in. If we win this game, we had like a 90% certainty to be in the playoffs. I think I saw that somewhere. So yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta have it, bro. We gotta have it. But I know we talking about the NFC East, right? And I can't just scoot on by
Mm-hmm.
what happened in Dallas on Sunday. We can't do that, man. Now I don't know. I feel like Jerry Jones got two teams in Texas right now.
Yep.
Right? He's paying the checks on both these teams. He said, "Hey, you guys will have your turn later. Let us get this one." Right? Because that's the only way I can explain it, man. I don't know how your defense gets an interception in plus territory, gets you down to the 5 yard line. It's first and goal from the five.
Yeah.
5 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah.
All you need is the 5 yards where you can run the ball for 2 yards 3 times and you'll be in the end zone.
Go up 10.
Right? Game's over. It's two
Yep.
possession game. They ain't got no time to do nothing.
Yep.
Right? And what do? You run the ball, then you pass the ball to stop the clock. Right? Go for it on fourth down. Quarterback goes the wrong way. Like, what are we doing? Come on, man.
I blame Lovey, man. I blame Lovey. Lovey look over. You look at him on the sidelines. Like my man has no pulse, and I know his whole career he's basically been that way. But it looks even worse when your team looks this bad.
So Lovey's always been a defensive guy, right? He's never had any team he's coached that I can remember. He's never had a strong offensive team. And
No.
I don't even think, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't even think that he would even join the offensive meetings, right? He's a defensive guy.
Right. Right.
Right. He doesn't have much input on that side of the ball.
Right.
So I can't really put that on him. Because that's just not his MO, right?
The
And
offensive
obviously
coordinator, though.
that guy.
Would
Hey,
you text me and say? I know
hey
everybody else will.
man, hey bro, I sent you that text. He gonna have to find another way home, bro. He ain't ride with us.
So he couldn't even
Nah.
punch his ticket. He can't get on the plane.
You need to get you need to walk on back to Houston, man. Figure out how we can get these 5 yards when you get by the time you get there. Because
Yeah.
yeah, you gave this one away, bro. Gave this
It
one
was
away.
it was definitely rough, man. I first of all I bet on the game, right? I
Mm-hmm.
bet on Cowboys straight up. The spread was 17 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely wasn't touching that. Not for an NFL game. College football, we might talk about it, but NFL wasn't touching that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's no way possible that the Texans, once they got deep into the game, and what you was talking about, that interception in plus territory, it's no way possible you're supposed to lose that game.
No way. No way. I look at here, man. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
They called a timeout before the fourth down play, bro. And the dude still went the wrong way. Like, what did we just talk about here?
Look, but they made Dak look spectacular on that last drive. And what's funny is like I forgot who was coming out defending them, saying that, and I get what they was trying to say. I think where they were going, it was trying to do the white quarterback, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees. There was like when Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, when they these situations where they have a tough game and they have that one last drive. They talk about how heroic it was, but you get Dak Prescott, and I'm like, I kind of see what you're saying, but I'm like, it doesn't apply in this case. It doesn't.
Because it's the regular season.
Right. Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Come on. It's the regular season against Houston.
Against Houston.
Houston.
Right.
And you're wide out with that remarkable catch on the sideline. That played a big part in that whole. I think
Yeah.
that was second or third down, right? They had to have that play, and Waddle make a spectacular catch. Shout
Yep.
out to him. Great job. But even still, right? Lovie Smith being a defensive coach shouldn't allow that draw to happen.
Nah,
Not allow that
100%.
draw to happen. But hey, like I said, man, when Jerry Jones is writing the checks, we let you have this one, Jerry.
Right, right.
We let you have this one. We do you a solid. We'll do you a solid. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's all good, man.
Yeah, I was. And then coming out of that game, my man Parsons, what you think of his comment towards about Jalen Hurts?
Hey, I'm gonna let Jalen do his thing, man. Hope Jalen come out and punch him in the mouth on the scoreboard.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
So man, hey, you gonna learn today, buddy. You gonna learn today. Well, I hope, like I said, I think Jalen right now is playing at the MVP level. He's got to be in the conversation,
Yeah.
given their record and what he's done this year. So I hope that's gonna be another good game to watch too. Hope
Yeah.
hope the Eagles take that one.
Me and you talked about this in previous podcasts. I mean, this is the game when we did the look ahead conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Worried about the Eagles in this matchup because it's a division game. They're coming off the third straight road game, and it's going to be in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that concerns me as far as the timing of the matchup.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they'd have caught Dallas on the front end of the road trip as opposed to the back end. Then we would have seen. But it just makes it that much more miraculous for the Eagles if they ever pull that out to be in the division game.
You know what's crazy, man? This happens almost every year, right? The schedule makers always happen to put these NFC East games at the right time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for so many seasons, I can remember the Commanders being in the final game against an NFC East opponent, and that game being the deciding game for the NFC East championship, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
How do you know what I'm saying? Like how did that play out to make this game just that much more important? But
I'm gonna give you a sickening memory though, X. To your point, I remember being, and I forget what year it is. I know you'll probably remember the year, but I think it was Kirk Cousins' last year with at the time was the Redskins, and we had to play a meaningless. Well, for the Giants, it was a meaningless game, and we were at home, but we needed to win that game to get in the playoffs. But it was meaningless for the Giants. You remember we lost that game?
yes,
Man,
I remember.
sick to my stomach, bro.
That's what got Kirk Cousins kicked up out of here.
Yeah, yeah.
He pulled a Carson Wentz that night.
Right, right. Yeah.
But hey, it be that way. There's been times where there's also been times where, like, I want to say a couple years back, I think we were in the same situation. It didn't mean anything to the Eagles, but it meant playoff for us, right?
Right.
And then the Eagles pulled Jalen Hurts in the second half to kind of
yeah.
not necessarily give us the game, but to get a better draft pick.
Right.
Look how that worked out for him. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Like long-term success, man. You gotta think that long-term when it comes to these games.
So I want to take you back to the beginning of the season or something. So we were talking about division winners, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I went with the Vikings. That's who I chose.
Mm-hmm.
But before I chose the Vikings and settled on them, I remember you talking me off the ledge about the Lions.
Mm.
Now, today, I'm starting to feel a little bit more confident about the Lions today.
I'm waiting on what we talk about here.
I mean, there's a possibility they can still win this division.
Yeah, can I? I mean, if I can get them on the train right now, I will bet right now if I could. So I promise you they're not going to do it. I can guarantee you they're not going to do it. Hey, I could
win out. Have to win out.
Yeah, that's not happening, bro. But hey, thank you. Hey, Carl. Hey, Jared Goff, this for you, dog. Appreciate it, man. You know, in the absence of my MVP quarterback on my fantasy roster, you know what I'm saying? Jared Goff stepped in, put up a huge 30 ball for us. So thank you, sir. We'll take it.
Is Goff the answer?
Who?
Is Jared Goff the answer going forward?
I mean, he the best they got.
Because right now they got the Lions projected to pick up a quarterback.
I mean, they can draft the quarterback, but like I said, he the best they got. He the best option for them right now.
I agree, man. And I'm gonna say right now, I think the Lions are gonna go into New York.
Yeah, the Lions gonna have to. I don't know if they're gonna win out. I'm happy. I'm happy for Dan Campbell because I know how hard he loves the game. I know he's passionate. For them to start the way they did and then flip that record, like I think they like 1-6 starting out, and then they came back to they done won 5 out of the last 6 or 7. So
let's see what they got left, eh? They got definitely winnable games. They got winnable games. They got the Bears at home, another winnable game. Then they got they're at the Packers. You know, my sneaky suspicion here that at the Packers, you're gonna see Jordan Love there. It's gonna be Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, at this point, given where they are record-wise, right? Why not?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, they're not really playing for the playoff at this point. So why not? Right? Let the man play. See what he got. Because Aaron Rodgers, I'm not gonna say he's on the backside of his career, but I mean, realistically, yeah. he ain't no Tom Brady, you know what I'm saying? And even Tom Brady is slipping. It's slipping. So like I just said, man, you got to prepare for the long term.
Yeah, I agree. Are you in favor of in the playoff kickoff? And where I'm going with this in South, we've had this situation before where the seed with the better record is going to have to go to the division winner, and the division winner's record. Are you in favor of them reseeding in the playoff?
I'll say no. Right. Because the division winner has to mean something. And so this is what it means, right? Although you didn't blow out the rest of the league, right? You still won your division. And you're representing that division. So I mean, you should get a home game, at least one, right?
I agree with that. I mean, it's going to spark conversation because we're hearing it now because this happens yet again. So the competition committee is going to talk about it, and I'm just curious to see what your thought is. I mean, I'm indifferent. Like I agree with you. I think it does make it meaningful for you to win your division. But when you get to this moment, we get to the playoffs. This has an awkward look to it where, you know, I know what the Bucks won't even be at 500 by the time they play again.
Hey, and quiet as kept, Carolina is win out and they in. So we can't say the Bucks got a lock and key on this right now, right?
Crazy though. That'd be crazy.
It would be. But you know what? Again, shout out to the coaching staff over there at Carolina for keep rallying the troops, keeping the boys engaged, right?
Yeah.
Not throwing the season away on an interim tag and giving what he's done to this point. How do you not name him head coach? Right? How do you not give him the job?
Possibility.
Like if he can rally the troops, right? Well, you gotta want to. I think as a fan, you want to know what he can do with a full year, right?
Yeah.
How does he prepare the guys and keep them motivated and all that kind of stuff?
So it's kind of funny. So Sam Darnold went through all of last season, only for them to bring in Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's no longer here, and only for them to come back with Sam Darnold and Pannell and take it.
Talk about, but and you can always say that was Matt Rule's, right? That was Matt Rule's decision.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Coach today said, "Hey, Sam Darnold's always been my guy."
Right.
That's why Baker's out of here.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold's always been my guy. So hey, shout out to them, man. I might have to watch a couple. I got some stuff to look into this weekend.
Oh yeah. You know what I mean? So. Before we jump on the college football, we'll talk about Tua, man. I don't think we ever really talked about Tua. What's your confidence level?
So I'm always skeptical about him getting hurt, right? And I feel like this game against Buffalo, frigid conditions, right? Body acts different in the cold. Them hits, they hurt a little bit more, right? It's like getting hit with a brick. It ain't gonna be fun, man. So hopefully he gets through it. I think talk of the town is they're not gonna do very well because they're coming out of 70-degree weather, Miami. I think it's gonna be like 24 degrees at kickoff, so it's gonna be you can't simulate this. You can't go into a dome and crank the AC up as hard as you can. It still won't be 24 degrees.
And that's always the key, right? I mean, with him, he runs their RPO offense.
Mm-hmm.
He does have a strong arm, and then you got the element, and he's starting to get a little bit of that Kirk Cousins feel too, where people are looking at him at like how he plays against tough competition.
Right.
He's always looked like against the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's got to go up against Buffalo in Buffalo. Now he's already beat Buffalo before, but it's gonna be interesting. This game has a bigger magnitude.
You hear what he said about the snow?
What? Oh yeah, it said they had snow in Alabama. And people that laugh you just did, that's what Buffalo. That's how they was laughing.
Yeah, what? Yeah, he didn't mean it the way it came out. It's okay. What he meant to say is I'm not immune. Like I have seen snow before.
Right.
But yeah, it ain't 24 degrees kind of snow in Alabama.
Yeah, it's a difference between him throwing the ball through Lanier and Cole and Josh Allen.
Right. Yeah, like because those guys are built for the snow. They're built for this. Yeah. Miami is not. Hey, I promise you, the cheetah will not be running very fast out here. Even coming from Kansas City, you know what I'm saying? It's different. It's different in Buffalo. Man.
Hey, did you hear his comment about why he left, Chief?
Nah, you can tell.
Yeah, he said he was on Shannon Sharp show, and he said that he just felt like after a while he didn't feel respected and needed. He said there'd be games where he only had not only two or three catches, 2 to 3 targets. That's the reason why he left.
I mean, hey, that's how he felt. That you gotta. This is where you gotta really be true to who you are, right?
Yeah.
Understand who you are. So if you think you that guy, right? You want the ball. There's so many weapons here. It's gonna be games you're gonna get to target.
He also followed up with and doubled down that Tua's football is the precise and accurate ball that's ever touched.
I mean, I put that in the same category with Devontae Adams. Like, what am I supposed to say right now? This is my guy.
Hey, he said it with a straight face, though.
Right. We'll see what happens when he write that book. See if it changes. when he giving his Hall of Fame speech, we'll see what changes then. You know what I mean? Can't nobody say nothing at that point.
All right, man. College football playoff. Start with the 4. Give you some updated lines right here. So Georgia's favored by 7 over Ohio State.
Okay.
Favored by 7.5 over TCU. Many experts are saying that Georgia on paper is the most talented team, prospect, but Michigan has the more complete team all the way around. I think that Georgia-Ohio State game is going to be a bloodbath, to be honest with you. Their number 1 wide receiver, Jinka, I think is his name, and then Henderson, the running back, are out. I've had a chance to check to see what other key players are out, but that alone is enough. I think Georgia will comfortably beat that grade.
Absolutely. I mean, when you think about their key players being out, that changes their completely. Can't blame them.
Yeah, I totally agree. The question I do have is that Michigan and TCU game. So when you look at these like powerhouse schools like Michigan, Georgia, Alabama, Clemson, the trenches, man, is where on both sides of the ball they got people to sub in and out. I don't question talent wise for TCU and kind of what they built team perspective this year, but I do question defense because when you're playing in the Big 12, it's expected that these games are going to end up 5, 50 to 50. You know what I'm saying? Those games end up, they're not defense. That's question. Like, there's no powerhouse running. Texas has the closest thing to it with kid Robinson, but there's no powerhouse running. And that's what they're going to have to go up against Michigan. Michigan has every intention just to get them out, and then when you drop safety down, they're going to start throwing over the top. So I haven't bet it yet. I want to take the 7.5 because that set that hook with half a point. I like that, but it scares me when I just think Michigan going to run up and down.
I think Michigan gonna win this one easily. Honestly,
I can see that.
Like you said, the level competition, the size difference, like all that's going to matter, right? Obviously, in the beginning of the game, TCU going to be high on adrenaline. But come fourth quarter, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be a different beast. And Michigan be just getting started.
Hey, 100%.
Especially when it comes time to pound the rock, eat the clock up. I think Michigan got this one easy.
I agree.
The disappointing piece is the guys that are out for Ohio State. I mean, for in the other matchup, for Ohio State. Because obviously you want to see both teams at full strength.
Yeah.
Trying to go for a championship. Some guys are pulling out for personal reasons, which is can't blame them.
It's the draft.
I'm ready for that.
Give you some other games to look out for. Utah over Penn State. To me, I think that's going to be upset. I'm going to go. Penn State about 2.5. Utah, I've watched them pretty much all season. They play an extremely physical brand of football. If you watch the USC game, you got to see that.
Right.
Another one to watch out for, Tulane over TCU. I'm saying USC. USC is favored by 2.5. Tulane has a running back that's all work. This dude, I forget his name, but I've seen him all season. He's tough. USC, they're not tough on the defense side of the ball. Lincoln Riley, the coach out there for USC, his teams are never tough on the defensive side. This one you might disagree with me on. Kansas State over Alabama. And I'm going to give you the reason why. I don't know how many players have announced yet that they're not going to play for Alabama, but Alabama is college football playoff championship for nothing. And these guys don't care about getting that extra swag or going to a bowl game if it has nothing to do about winning a championship. So I watched him with Julio Jones' senior year, the year before he left and came to the pros. Utah put the dog mess out. I witnessed that. And it was because of another bowl game that they don't really care about. So I haven't been yet, but it's one I'm watching.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. Because obviously we're about to get into this conversation about the transfer portal and all that. What's really going on in Alabama? I've been hearing some grumbles about the wide receiver coach, right?
Yeah.
Which is why all the wideouts are gone.
Yeah.
Right. And then you got the Deion effect.
Yep.
Like, what's really going on in Alabama?
I think the latter what you just said was point. My understanding, they've already got a transfer portal commit from Alabama going to
That's his nephew, ain't it?
I think so.
So that could be. I think that's more about family. I mean, it could be more about family than
it could be. Yeah, you're right.
Deion, you know what I'm saying?
But I mean, if we're going to go into the Deion conversation, I mean, he's already lived up to the hype. This is the most spotlight I've ever seen on Colorado since they were going for that championship back in '91.
Who was the quarterback back then?
It was Darian Hagan.
I remember Colorado when Pittsburgh quarterback was there. I can't think of his name.
He was on it. Cordell was there. Westbrook was there. Eric Bieniemy was the running back. Mike Pritchard, he played wide receiver with Deion in Atlanta. He was the American wideout. They just happened to run into a Notre Dame team that happened to beat them. But that was a good game, man.
Yeah, you talking a long time ago, buddy.
Yeah. But this is, they're all excited. I listened to a podcast with Mike Pritchard today, and he's right there in the room with Deion.
Hey, man, I'm excited.
Yeah,
I've been watching also. So Deion's son does all his social media, right? Well off media.
Yeah.
Right. And so I've been watching. I've been trying to keep up with all that. They say the day Deion signed with Colorado, the school got 200 inquiries about coming to play football there.
I mean,
we ain't got that many scholarships, but if y'all want to come,
right? Like Deion said, you know, make your commitment because they're gonna run out.
They coming. I'm kind of glad to see him coach on the sideline and what he does in that conference, right?
You know, next conversation, just watch out for this. Going to be well. Deion's the CEO. He's the one coach. My answer to that is so. I mean, that's what these other coaches do that we give credit to. They put the right guys around them. They put the offensive lines, right defensive line, and then they bring their philosophy to the game. That's going to be the next criticism that comes up.
Hey man, as a head coach, you are managing the process, right? You got people around to do the job, and they come to you for some direction. You point them in, give them their march orders and say, march, right? I want to dominate the defense. How do we do that? We need to get these guys. Let's go get them. You know what I'm saying? That's what Deion got, man. So,
and I don't know if this is part of Deion's selection process. He set this opportunity to go to Colorado. And I don't know what year this transition happened. USC and UCLA is supposed to be going to the Big Ten. They're going to be playing in the same conference with Ohio State, Michigan, and all them. I don't know who replaces him. Who goes to the Pac-12. I don't know. But I don't know if that was part of his decision-making process. Because it's going to make that his progress, I should say, will make it that much easier.
I just hope that they don't expect him to do. I'm pretty sure I can't even do that because I'm sure that's what it is, right? What he did at Jackson State, they wanted to do at Colorado in 3 years, 2 years, right? I don't know if we're gonna go from 111 at a PWI to conference champion in 2 years, right? I don't know if that he was bringing 4- and 5-star recruits into Jackson State, where the competition was in 4- and 5-star level, right? But now he's going to a school where 4- and 5 stars everywhere. So it's gonna be a little different competition-wise. So he's gonna have to. You're gonna see what he's made of as a coach, right?
That transfer
scheming and that stuff.
Yeah, 100%. That transfer portal makes it so much easier. So much easier because when he would spend time recruiting and having these guys in 2 years, he can put a competitive team on the field in 1 year.
Right.
I'm not saying they're going to win. I say competitive. I didn't say win, but at least a competitive team.
And let's be honest, right? Like we don't have any starters at Alabama, leaving Alabama to go to Colorado. Right? We got 4 or 5 stars that are tired of waiting, right? At a Alabama type of like. These guys said, "I want to play now. I ain't trying to wait until it's my turn." So that's another twist, right? That's a twist to that 4 or 5 part conversation that folks are not having.
Any concerns for his son playing quarterback?
No. I think his son's pretty good, actually. So this would be good for him, right? This is another step up for him, competition-wise. See what you made of, man.
Yeah, it's a wait and see approach for me because obviously I've seen him what he did, and that's
Mm-hmm.
and I agree with you. I think he definitely can play. I've seen him. He can, do his thing. I do want to see him up against Utah at a night game. You know what I'm saying? The UCLA, USC, all that. I want to see him in Washington.
I want to say they got the Air Force Academy too. That's a different kind of offense.
Yeah, that's a headache to even prepare for.
That part, right? So I'm excited about that game personally.
Yeah, I totally agree. Before we move to the NBA, give you a couple of games to watch when they come up. If you like offense, these are going to be the 2 games to watch. USC versus Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a game that it could potentially be 65 receptions. Another one in that same line would be Kansas. Arkansas has a quarterback, but he's kind of a dual threat, big body. He's actually projected on the first round. So definitely watch out for him.
We'll see how it plays out, man. That Oregon game is going to be a track meet, I think. So that's like you said, that's definitely one to watch. I think these bowl games are watered down, to be honest with you. It's a lot of them, man. You like, I'm not trying to really watch all this bad football.
Yeah, and it's a lot of right. A lot of
right. I ain't trying to watch all.
Where you got to choose, though. It's like if you just go through the draft board and see these guys in the league. That's what I usually look for. I want to see these guys that they got them in number 1. I'm like, never heard of this guy before. Never watched him play. Well, let me watch him, check him out, see what he do.
Right. Just make sure you watch the Celebration Bowl. Yeah. Just make sure you catch that one.
Oh yeah, make sure you watch the Season Bowl too.
Huh?
It's Oklahoma. Throwing it out there.
Who?
Florida State against Oklahoma. We played about 8.5. I ain't put them on the list because I just ain't worried.
I got you, man. I thought you had
and transfer portal. Florida State has hit the transfer portal hard already.
It's like free agency, man. Like, you know what?
It's hard to keep up with too because you got so many schools and you got so many guys coming from teams you never saw. NFL, you got 30 teams. And most of the guys that we care about, you kind of already know what's going on. Man, it's like they bring in 20 guys and
they hold roster around.
Right. Yeah. So NBA, man, let's talk about this. Any motivation for you to even care about this? He doesn't seem to care about it.
He shouldn't, to be honest with you. Man, if I were to play basketball consistently for 20 years straight, I'm pretty sure I'll be the GOAT. I'm pretty sure I'll be the top in the league, right? Kareem has played 20 years. Mike, nobody's played 20 years, bro. The dude is at 20 years in the league and still going strong, which means he probably got another 2 more years in him. You had to get there at some point. I think I saw somewhere where he was like 400 more games past Mike when he passed him or something. Like he had played 400 more games than Mike did to get me love at that point. Same thing with Kobe. Like, I just play a long game. I get there.
Because obviously all it's going to do is spark up the GOAT, right? Speaking of GOAT conversation, they just renamed the trophy.
Yeah. I've been hearing about this.
I mean, it then I sent you the text about
Yeah.
they said they should rename the bubble trophy to LeBron James.
I saw that, man.
Feel about it.
It's a little shade in there, man. It's a little shade in there. Like, hey, look, LeBron don't make the rules. Right? You just got to play to abide by 'em.
Right.
Y'all want to have a bubble? Y'all want to have us play in the bubble? Then fine, play in the bubble. But you have to. People don't understand, man. All that travel, them back to backs, like all that matters.
Yeah.
And so when you got players that don't want to play off on the back end of back to back, you gotta understand, bro. I just played 12 hours ago. Like, I'm human. My body is not supernatural. I need more time to recover. And guess what? After this game, I have a couple of days off. I'm at home. Let's just get this over with, man. So I go home. That's just the way it is, bro. But when you in the bubble and you playing every other night, you ain't got to get on an airplane. You ain't get on no bus. You ain't got to go nowhere. You just walk back to your room. You could be off the court at 9, right? You'd be in your room by 10.
So
8 hours of finals.
Let me make sure I narrow this down what you're saying. You're saying it's easier.
It's easier on the body in the bubble, man. The recovery is a lot faster. And like I said, you playing every other night. So yeah. I think what the bubble proved is what everybody knew already. LeBron is the best athlete of this generation. Right? When you even the playing field, because everybody had the same conditions. Everybody could walk to the hotel right after the game. But LeBron, I found a way to rise to the top. No travel, no back-to-backs, none of that kind of stuff, right? So, hey, I was just, speaking of NBA and this kind of stuff, right? You're seeing the tolls of travel. You're seeing the tolls of the grind that the NBA season presents when you watch the Golden State Warriors right now.
Every time I cut the TV on, I feel like it's down.
Right, and so they're at this point, they don't want so much, right? Like I think they haven't won on the road in a long time.
Right.
Like, what's the motivation there?
I'll tell you. Like, I did cut the TV up tonight. I think it was against down 20. Somebody else the other night down 20. Now you got stepped out with the shoulder injury.
So now you're going so with Steph out, right? So it's shoulder injury. Right? Jordan Poole gets a bigger role. Moneybag Green get to play for his bag. So since he's a max player, that should be all right. You think? He's a max player. You know what I'm saying? He should step in and drop 40 now because Curry out.
Let's put it this way: we about to
right. You know what I'm saying? He about to show you why he put to get that bag. He's about to show you.
Speaking of him in Milwaukee the other night, I want to get to the face. I don't know if you saw it. You see him get a thing kicked out?
So I'm getting ejected?
He got a thing kicked out.
Yeah, I did see that.
What's your take on not just him, just NBA players in general? I know Carmelo did it.
So I don't know all the details, right? I don't know what the fans said or did, none of that kind of stuff. But I do understand that these dudes are humans, right? And I understand how unruly some of these fans could be with their language, right? And at the end of the day, man, I'm paid to play basketball. I'm not paid to be insulted, right? You're not. And at the end of the day, I can ignore some stuff, like when it comes to being booed, being called certain things on the court, basketball related, right? Like LeBrick for Westbrook, right? That's a joke, but it's factual, right?
That's actually you yelling.
You know what I'm saying? But then you got fans that are making it way too personal. Right? Talking about your family, your mama, your wife, right? Some stuff is just off limits, bro. And I think it's good to have these fans be ejected, because you're starting to see a trend where people are getting put out and pay lots of money for these seats. And the NBA cashing that check, but you're not watching these games.
Right.
So at some point, you would think the possibility of being thrown out with the tour folks going crossing the line, you know, in them 4 seats.
Yeah, it's just interesting because like with the referee, like they're pointing to the referee and the referee points to the usher or whatever. Like I'm always curious is like because you're so loud in the arena, sometimes you don't know what they're saying. And it sounds like whatever the referee, because like I read Steph to Draymond, so what did he say? I couldn't see what Draymond said. Draymond repeated what he said, and Steph gave like a look like surprised by what he said. There's a line drawn there, but like my problem is you pay like a lot of people say, well, I paid all this hard-earned money to see these overpriced players. So what I'm taking the other end is you paid this amount of money, you don't have to hold you don't get a position. Watch the game. Right? You can yell and do all this stuff, but you ain't got to and all this stuff.
So I watched the game. Watching a clip of a game where Draymond Green they were shooting free throws. He was standing on the block waiting for the free throw or whatever. But he was talking to somebody in the crowd.
That was the Bucks game. That was the game.
And you could kind of hear what they were saying, but you couldn't. Right. But you heard Draymond say, "Shut the F up, you don't know me." Right. Yeah. People don't respond like that for regular trash talk, right?
Especially coming for it.
Right, it has to be something personal being said for somebody to respond in that manner. So for that, like I don't have any beef. I don't have any problem with these dudes saying enough of themselves and getting these fans ejected. Bravo to the NBA for showing some kind of support for their players by ejecting these fans, right?
Great.
So,
did you see Marcus Cousins' conversation about top 5 basketball players?
No.
So, he was getting his petty back, man. He was trying to get back. He's not a fan of Chris Paul. Well documented. They've been Marcus Cousins and Chris Paul, they can give you clips about them almost getting fighting court. He was the guest on the podcast. He brought up. He said, "Can we talk about top 5 quarterback guards of all time and put this to bed?" And the guy goes, "Damn, who are you trying to leave out?" So it sounds like Eric already had a conversation with you this time. Like he immediately went to Chris Paul. Chris Paul should be out of the conversation about top 5 quarterbacks. You mentioned John Stockton. You mentioned Steve Madden. Now he didn't officially name his top 5. I think he stayed away from that. But he just threw out a bunch of names and you got to give respect to. He did say like Isaiah Thomas should be a top 5. Magic should be a top 5. I can't remember if he went beyond that. Say that those two should be in the top 5, but then everybody else we can have a discussion. But Chris Paul is not a definite top
5. Yeah, I think it's debatable, right? I can't see Chris Paul in the top 5.
I agree.
So I don't really consider that a slight, right? I mean, I understand what's being said, especially now that Chris Paul's still playing. Yeah. Right? I understand that he may be top 5 right now. Yeah. And even that might be debatable. So I don't really. Chris Paul he's one, huh?
Top 10 all time, Chris Paul.
I would have to look at the list of point guards to say that off the top of my head.
Name who you can off the top of your head. Just do it off the top of your head.
I mean, off the top of my head, I'm gonna say Chris Paul is guaranteed top 15 all time.
Okay, yeah.
Just to be on the safe side, right? I can give him top 15 for sure.
Chris Paul and Jason Kidd.
I guess you gotta go Jason Kidd. Talking about winning, Jason Kidd won wherever he went to, and he got a championship to prove it. So
he actually made it to the finals with that Nets team, right?
He made it to the finals like 2-3 years straight with the Nets.
Yeah.
I think they lost to the Lakers a couple of times, and they lost somebody else too. So yeah. Like Jason Kidd he's one of my all-time favorites, man.
Yeah,
come out of Cal. But yeah, like top 5, Chris Paul, no sir, no, not even close. Like I said, to be safe, I would give him top 15 to be safe, right? We look at all the points.
Definitely over him, right?
Huh?
Isaiah definitely over him.
Oh, absolutely. I was Isaiah top 5.
Yeah, Isaiah top 5.
He top 5. You know, Isaiah, Magic, those two off the top of my dome, like those are 1 and 2. You can rank them however you want. I mean, obviously, you probably put Magic first, right?
Yeah.
Then Isaiah.
That's Gary Payton.
He's in that top 15 conversation. I'm just being on the safe side. He's in that top 15 conversation.
Okay.
Like I said, you talking about all the time. Like, you got to go back. Archie Ball, Oscar Robertson, and all these guys, right? You got to look at all that. So, hard to put them top 5, top 10. You're talking about all the time because, of course, Stockton's in that conversation. You got to rank. You got to really look at the stats and look at their play and how they did and all that kind of stuff. And at some point, you have to pick straws, right? You got to start nitpicking their game to figure out who's in front of who. So, top 15 to be safe, man. I put Chris Paul in top 15. Jason Kidd's top 15. Gary Payton's top 15. But you talking like when you get to those two, you talking like 8 through 15. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
7 through 15. They in that group somewhere.
Imagine a healthy Anthony Hardaway.
Right, but see, you can't even put him in the top 15 because he didn't play long enough.
Nah, that's why I say I added that caveat.
Right.
Added that.
Hey man, he feel like he should have been the Robin to Shaq's Batman.
Yeah.
You know, ego's got in the way.
We're approaching the game coming up. Who you got tonight?
I don't want to piss nobody off, man. So I'm gonna have to go 49ers. I know we got some. I know part of our fan base is from for these 49ers, so I don't want to upset nobody. You know what I'm saying? So, I actually think the 49ers are a good team, man. I just think I want to see Geno do well. Right? I know he's had a good season. I just want him to finish strong, so he don't think the success that he's had this year.
Giving up offensive yards at the end of the year.
Huh?
I said in terms of giving up offensive yards, it's the ultimate yin-yang game. You got Seattle, I think it's like 31st or 32nd in giving up yards.
Mm-hmm.
And San Francisco. I mean, defense alone, I don't care if they drag me and you got a quarterback. Defense alone, they should be able to pull out this game at least 13.
Right.
Limping quarterback, Debo.
Crazy. The crazy part, man, is the 49ers offense is just like they're just so dominant on both sides of the ball. Right? Like their defense is top 5. And then their offense, like their running game offensively is unstoppable, bro. I think I was talking to Greg, man, and I was telling him about our chances and how we were going to do with the last 4 games, right? I was like, we can go 3-1, right? I feel like we can go 3-1. We get the Browns, we get the Giants, right? I think we can beat the Cowboys, right? But that 49er game, bro, like, I'm just going to be honest.
Can I be honest with you about something?
Yeah, that's the one that makes me nervous.
I'm looking at the screen right now. And I typed in, I said, if the playoffs started today, if the playoffs started today right now, guess who we playing for?
49ers? I know. Me and Gray talked about it, man. He was like, yeah, that's probably how it's going to happen. still end up beating each other in the playoffs also. Because the way it's set up.
Debo and my man Williams, like that's a combination. It's just a combination. Like I'm not really not a fan, but I do enjoy watching them play. Them two alone.
Right. Like this, it's tough, man. Like nobody can look at their schedule and say, like, no, I don't think there's any NFL team out there that's gonna look at their schedule and say, that's a win for us. Nah.
We tell your team right now to scare to death. The Cowboys. Cowboys scared to death. I don't want to see that.
The way they got their LB last year, they should be.
They don't want to see that.
I don't even want to see that.
I mean, I don't know what's going on with Jimmy G. They got to get that right. I don't think Purdy should be the one to kind of bring him home.
But you know what's crazy though? Even with Purdy and lineup, they still win because their offense is geared around the run. And I can hand the ball to the running back.
Right. Or just do a toss to Christian. That's
I can throw up a screen, dog.
Yeah.
Go do your thing.
They were already a dangerous and physical team anyway. Then you add Christian McCaffrey to it, but they made that deal off.
Hey man, when the offense said that you can flip the ball forward to the wide receiver coming across on the jet sweep, and that's a pass play. Oh, my passing yards right there. My passing yards. You look up, I got 300 passing yards. What the hell? Oh, he ran that for 80 yards twice. That went to the house twice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Easy money, man. So yeah.
Right, man.
It's gonna be a good one, man.
Take us home, man. Actually, we are rooting for 49ers, right? We need to keep Seattle back behind.
Absolutely. That part. So let's go. I'm a Niners fan tonight.
Yeah. Seeing Greg text soon to get off his phone.
That's right. Hey man, he heard it here too. I know he be listening in. But yeah, man. As always, appreciate the time. Thanks for support. Always join the conversation via the Facebook group. Thanks for watching us on YouTube. If you're getting us on Apple Podcasts, be sure to leave us a review. Outside of that, man, we're going to see y'all on the waves. Till next time.
Peace.
Peace.